What the?
He immediately recognized Lenox from the previous meeting.
Remember me?
Hey! Don't get excited. This isn't a social visit.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, Lenox Justifier of Innocence, created by Zeus and Demeter to save humanity. I'm here as the character Josephine, and with me today is Ogard and Mr. Buddy.
Hi, I'm Ogard.
Now, Mr. Buddy, he's wearing a cone right now, so he's got his head hung in shame. Poor little guy. He's got a little bit of a rash, and he kept wanting to pick at it, so I had to put, the cone of shame on him. So he might pick up his head. I'm not sure. But, as always, he's right by our side. And we didn't want you to miss out on seeing Mr. Buddy. Now, before we start with the videos, I wanted to let you know that my books are finished, the two that I was working on. As I promised, I would let you know when they were going to be available for sale on Amazon. So what I have done is, in addition to the sequel to the series, to the book series, it is titled They Want the World on Fire. This is now available on Amazon in both paperback and ebook. I am going to be adding hardcover and audio versions soon as well. I just ordered a soundproof booth, so I'm going to be recording the audio version as well. So that'll be something that you have to look forward to. Now, in these books, they're completely different than what I had done the first time around. And they're much larger type, so it's a lot easier to read, and they have a lot more colorful illustrations. Some you got to see a little bit of the sneak peek, and a lot of them I left so that you would have that element of surprise when you read the book. You can go ahead and get that on Amazon. This is the reimagined version of the first book that I wrote, and I had it re-edited. I also reformatted it so that it's easier to read and added some new illustrations for you as well. So this is also available on Amazon in both paperback and ebook versions. So you can go ahead and get a copy of that. Now, this book does give you like the backstories of Lenox's origins and creation. So I do recommend, if you can, read this one first and then follow up with the second book. Now, in today's story, Ogard and I are going to be going to talk to Diddy. So we're going to be continuing that series where, we're going to see if we can get Diddy to confess and let us know who the head perpetrators are and try to combat that crime circle that he's involved in. The other thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be heading into Poseidon's kingdom. And the last time that we went into Poseidon's kingdom, Poseidon and Amphitrite, those two characters were featured in just a two-dimensional cartoon. And they didn't speak or anything. So this time around, we're bringing those two characters to life. So you have that to look forward to. So make sure you stay to the end so you can see everything that's happening. Remember that all these stories are loosely based on real-world events and tragedies. However, when they are not public figures, we do change the names and the places of where these events occurred in order to maintain some anonymity for the perps and victims involved. We also don't take ourselves too seriously here. Everything is alleged and based on creativity and imagination. So with that, enjoy the show, and we'll see you at the end.
Bye.
After Josephine reviewed her pyramid theory with Amalia and Leska, Amalia went to work on figuring out a way into the prison so that Lennox can get in undetected. Even with all of Olgar's contacts, he is doubtful that they'll allow Josephine to go and interview him. What are they trying to hide? Well, we already suspect the answer to that. It's just a matter of convincing Diddy to sing like a little birdie. That shouldn't be hard for Lennox. He already knows who she is. I'm sure he will be pleased to see her, which will make his guard come down. Lennox will make him see what the right thing to do is. He will accept his punishment. If his fears of being offed by the ringleaders are that great, they will quickly dissipate when he sees that that is the least of his worries. That would be merciful compared to the years of mental and physical anguish he will endure until he repents and makes moves towards atonement. Josephine said to Amalia, "While I'm in there, guide me towards Luigi's cell. I need to ask him some questions. I'm not convinced about that case. And then I will head to speak with Diddy. I have a feeling he is in need for self-preservation, and that will outweigh the loyalty and the fear that he has for the ringleaders of his operation. If he doesn't, he will endure punishment of his own making." Amalia contacted Olgard to see if he could use his connections to get Josephine an exclusive interview with Diddy. Amalia and Josephine continued to discuss possibilities within the pyramid to see how they can get more evidence connecting them to illegal activities that they have engaged in throughout the years. If they can shake things up enough and enough dirt gets revealed, we can get small charges going, and that'll be enough to annoy them and keep them distracted. Cracks will develop, and that'll give enough evidence to launch a full investigation. Amalia's phone rings. Hey, Olgard. I was just discussing my visit with Diddy.
All right, Josephine. I spoke with all my contacts, and they couldn't get you an exclusive.
Okay. Well, since they won't give me an interview with them, I'm going to have to break in unnoticed. We're going to have to create a distraction.
Well, Luigi is in there now, and we can use him to do so.
Oh, yeah. Amalia was saying that she's seen a lot of social media posts about him. There seems to be more to that story.
There is, but it's not why I'm calling you. Have you seen the latest with the congressional meetings? They have acknowledged aliens emerging from the sea. That, with all the drones, something big is about to happen.
Aliens from the seas? Looks like the perfect excuse to go pay my Uncle Poseidon a visit. If there's anything going on, he will have intel.
My thoughts exactly.
Okay, well, we need to work fast before mass hysteria sets in. Olgard, use Luigi to create that diversion. I will try convincing Diddy to divulge intel. If he won't talk, I will unleash his punishment. Whatever or whoever he is afraid of will pale in comparison to what is in store for him if he doesn't divulge the information on these human trafficking organizations. Let's set that in motion first, and then we'll head to Poseidon's.
Okay. Well, I was able to contact my friend who has a guard on Mangioni's block. He's going to stage an incident involving Luigi and put it online to create major protests. With all the attention on preventing chaos from ensuing on the streets, you'll be clear to talk to Diddy.
Perfect. I'm heading that way now. If he is able to let me in, or do I have to break in through the ductwork again?
He's going to let you in and talk to him, but he can't guarantee how much time you'll have.
That's okay. I'm good at making myself invisible now for slightly longer periods. I'll do that if somebody starts to walk by. I don't think I'm going to need a lot of time with him. If I can't convince him to reveal what he knows about who's above him, I'll unleash his punishment. After reliving the horrors of what he put his victims through, he'll break. If he thinks being locked up at MDC is hell on earth, just wait. He'll regret those words soon enough. Josephine arrived in Brooklyn, immediately making her way to MDC. The crowds of protesters were gathering, blocking traffic, causing tons of commotion outside of the prison. They decided to lock down the prisoners in their cells while they sent guards outside to maintain order. Mangione. Josephine shook her head. The people's criminal, allegedly. I'm not fully convinced on that one yet, she thought to herself. Amalia's looking further into it. Olgard's contact snuck Josephine in. She instructed him to wait at the doors to the quarters as a lookout so that he doesn't see her turn into Lenox. Once he was out of sight, Josephine transformed. Diddy was blinded. What the? He immediately recognized Lenox from the previous meeting.
Remember me?
Hey!
Don't get excited. This isn't a social visit. I need some answers.
I'm innocent.
Save it. I don't want to hear the bullshit. I'm here to give you the opportunity to do the right thing. Who's the boss of your operation?
Nope. I'm not doing this. They'll get me off.
No, they won't. The only reason you're even still alive is because of all the heat surrounding this case and the attention on this prison due to Mangione. Don't kid yourself.
Diddy paused a moment, letting her words sink in.
They'll kill my kids and mother.
Your mom? Who do you think was instrumental in getting you here? She doesn't love you. She's all about herself and her self-preservation, as you should be right now. You're sitting in a very powerful place. The intel you will provide will be instrumental in taking down the biggest criminal enterprise this nation has ever seen, and the globe has seen in a long time. Your kids will be protected. Your mom, she's going to get what's coming to her, because no mother who loves their child would subject them to such perverseness and corrupting them, stealing their innocence.
I'm innocent. That's not true. My mother wouldn't do that. She wouldn't do that. I don't know anything.
We only have a couple more minutes.
I can't.
You have a chance to let some good come from this.
This is false imprisonment. I'm innocent.
You leave me no choice.
The protests began to dissipate and Lenox was running out of time. She had no choice but to unleash his punishment. He began to convulse, living through the horrors he put his victims through. The drugging, the humiliation, the physical harm, and the sexual trauma. All of the fears and all of the sorrow was overwhelming him. She turned back into Josephine just as the guard arrived. Come on, we gotta get you out of here. He scowled, noticing the condition that Diddy was in. He leaded her out. Josephine briefed Olgard and Amalia. He will break in time. Now let's go to Poseidon's kingdom. We need to ask about the creatures and the drones. Amalia is going to stay behind. Be careful, Lenox, she said. Lenox and Olgard made their way to Poseidon's kingdom. This time, Poseidon and Amphitrite met them right at the beginning and guided them back to their kingdom. The waters were darker, murky like a swamp. There were many schools of fishes hiding, and the mermaids were scrambling. Lenox looked at Olgard. Once at the kingdom, Poseidon secured the gates. You look concerned. What's going on?
I'll explain when we reach our kingdom. It is not safe to talk
Okay,
here.
we'll follow you. Something big is happening.
Come quickly, you cannot be seen. What you have heard on Earth is much worse than you could have ever perceived.
The sightings they speak of are the Titans. They have broken free from the prisons he's locked them in centuries ago. With the help of Obakasanama, the humans inadvertently created cracks while manipulating the weather. The political wars has spilled over into the realm of good versus evil. It's worse than anything you can imagine.
Can you elaborate?
Hints have grown tremendously in size and strength. Angry is his understatement. They vow revenge on the gods of Olympus and will destroy all life as we know it.
But they have a weakness. You do not know you exist. They haven't met with Obaba Kasanama just yet. We need to stop that meeting. We're on our way to meet with Zeus, Demeter, and Hades to discuss strategy. All the gods will have to get involved.
You look worried, Uncle.
This is different than when we last defeated them. They are much stronger, much bigger, and way more angry. And this time, they have the help of mutants and evil humans.
So what? This time you have me and the crew, and we have some very powerful humans that are ready to join in the fight.
Yes, and you may have to join forces with Putantero on this one.
Lenox looked at Olgard. Putantero? Isn't he on their side?
No, Obakasanama is leading the charge. He wants to dominate all, as does Putantero. Lenox, the enemy of my enemy, is my friend. Evil humans.
I've heard that before. Well, what about these drones? What's going on with that?
That's nothing to fear. The US military is conducting surveillance and counterattack measures, but they haven't learned what they're really up against. They think it's Russia's leader.
It is much worse than
Lenox
that.
got a feeling of overwhelming courage. I will gather the crew. We will have Mr. Buddy summon the animal kingdom, while you rally the gods. Together, with our human friends, we will thwart the threat from the Titans.
Very well then. I will see you to the surface. The Titans don't know of your existence yet, and we need to keep it that way. For now.
I will be getting in touch with Zeus and Demeter.
Come on, Olgard. Do we need to get you a seahorse? Well, if you see me right now, that means that you made it to the end, and I can't tell you how grateful and thankful I am that you watched the video all the way through. Now, don't forget to get your copies of the books. I'm going to put the information in the description so you guys can get your copies of that. And if you can, remember to hit like, subscribe, and share with your friends, because that'll help the channel grow and it'll help the algorithm. Also, leaving a few comments also helps us. So if you could remember to do that, just please be kind and respectful to everyone. And we're going to see you next week with some new content. We're going to be continuing this story, and it's going to go into a battle. So I'm hoping to recruit some more actors so that we can bring everything to life for you. It makes it a little more fun than just plain old storytelling when we can actually act out some of the parts. And my hopes is that my baby boy Buddy will be all better, and he won't have his cone on, and he can, enjoy participating in the videos as he normally does. So with that said, I'm going to say goodbye for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you're doing well, and I hope you have an amazing week up ahead. And as always, God bless.